Hello, 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 everyone. How are you guys doing today? Today is a good day. I hope that everyone has been having a wonderful week thus far. I mean, I know it's summertime now. In some areas, it's really, really hot. In other areas, it's like, oh, status quo. But I do hope you have enjoyed your week thus far. Hope you enjoyed some time off because I know some of us had a long weekend. Some of us was off on Friday. Shoot, some of y'all might have been still off. I don't know, but I just look back. And think like, oh wow, I was supposed to be on vacation, right? And I'm not, but in my mind, I was still going on vacation. So that's another reason why I canceled Wind Down Wednesdays last week. However, come to find out, it was just in my mind because I had already canceled it. But anyway, that's just how it goes. It's just one of those things when you think you're somewhere, because maybe I do need a vacation. Maybe that's what it was. But anyway, if you weren't able to join me on last Wednesday, I did a womb conversation with one of my sisters and good friend, Dr. Tiffany Taft, and it was a great broadcast on Instagram Live. So if you weren't able to do that, please go ahead and check out my Instagram page, and you will see that it still should be there. I don't know, but you should be able to see that, or check out my business page, Jovita and Miller Enterprises on Facebook. And I still should have a link to that recording there. I learned a lot during that conversation, and I hopefully, she educated us on a lot of things as well. And we saw how, kind of our paths actually relate in some ways. But anyway, thank you guys for joining. I am so happy to be back on Wind Down Wednesdays with your girl Jovita. All right, so how about this? Today is National Video Game Day. So for all of you parents who are just kind of nerve wrecked sometimes, so all of you adults who are nerve wrecked sometimes when you got people who are constantly on video games. I know because my son plays video games all the time. But just know that today is their day. So give them a break today. Give them a pass today. Today's National Video Game Day. So they get a pass. I'm helping somebody out here. At least I hope I am. So some kid is going to thank me later, right? Some husband, some boyfriend, they're going to thank me later. Like, yes, we have a day for this. So just remember, July 8th is National Video Game Day. Also, this is National Ice Cream Month. Now, I do want some ice cream, but I don't want to buy a whole thing of ice cream. Then I want to spend that much money buying ice cream. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to get me some ice cream. But this month is National Ice Cream Month, so I'm gonna pick a day sometime this month. Once I reach one of my goals, I think I will treat myself to some ice cream. And also, for those of you who did not know, July is also Minority Mental Health Awareness Month. I know May is Mental Health Awareness Month, but July is specifically geared towards bringing awareness to minority mental health awareness. So just keep that in mind. You should see things around about minority mental health. We should be happy to go and just check out our mental state of mind. We should be doing it all year long. Because going through what we're going through right now, some of us have never been in this type of a situation before. So, it can take a lot on our mental state of mind. I hope everyone is okay. If you're not okay, please reach out to someone to get the help that you need. Even if you just need to talk, just do that. Okay, just go do that. Just go talk to somebody. It doesn't mean you're crazy. It means you're smart. You're smart enough to take care of you, right? Take care of the whole you. So I know I said all that, and I have not introduced myself to those who may not know me. I am Jovita, and I help single moms go from feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, and alone to having a plan to build and cultivate her network and her net worth so that she can reduce stress, find time for herself, find the cash she needs, and live a life full of love and abundance. My overall mission is to empower women to live confident, authentic lives unapologetically. So today's topic is, drum roll, are you financially healthy? Now that we're in the middle of the year, we're starting the third quarter of 2020, and I know the first two quarters, oh my gosh, we just don't even want to talk about it, right? But now that we're in the third quarter, the beginning of the third quarter of 2020, have you taken the time out to just do a financial checkup? Are you financially healthy? Some of us have been saving because it's maybe the pandemic, the quarantine, the stay at home, whatever we want to call it these days. Maybe that has taught us how to save, how to rely on the current resources we currently have already, how to not have to splurge when we don't have to do that, how to cook the foods we already have in our houses, in our fridge. I mean, we should have learned so much during this pandemic so far that we should be able to reassess and kind of look at our financial health and see, are we truly financially healthy? And what I mean by that, you need to ask yourself, are you living within your means? Now, granted, you weren't able to go out a lot, especially during the second quarter of 2020, but were you still living within your means? Are you still struggling? Are you still living paycheck to paycheck? Just take a checkup of your financial and see just kind of where you are, where you stand, and where you want to go. Because I mean, finances are important, and we have to really, really learn how to manage our finances. So just think about that as you're doing your financial checkup. Am I living within my means? And if you're not, then find ways to make sure that start living within your means. Also, you as you're doing this checkup, ask yourself, do I have an emergency fund? Do I have at least maybe $1,000 saved up for emergencies? Do I have that? If I don't have that, then what have I been doing with my money? Maybe I need to start that, because if an emergency comes, the whole goal here is you don't want to use credit cards. You don't want to get loans unless you absolutely have to. But you don't want to be dependent on those things. So I want you to really think about that. Do you have an emergency fund? If not, let's work together to devise a plan so that you can start saving towards that emergency fund. And another thing we need to think about, because some people have lost jobs or have been laid off, just all kinds of stuff has gone, and the financial well-being of their household has been decreased. So do you have living expenses for 3 to 6 months? Do you have that currently right now? And if you don't, are you working towards it? And like I said, if you need help working towards these things, we can devise a plan to get you on track so that you can have your own emergency fund, have your 3 to 6 months of expenses saved, so just for things like this, in case, right? Just in case, there are ways that we can do this, and I can help you. Also, another thing we need to think about is, do we have protection? During this time, there have been a lot of deaths due to COVID, some not due to COVID, but there have been a lot of GoFundMe accounts for funerals and stuff like that, or healthcare expenses. But do we have the protection that we need? And what I mean by protection, protect yourself, protect your family, protect your assets. Life insurance. Do you even have? It's a basic policy that can just cover your debt or whatever you have right now should you die today. Do you have that in place? A lot of us don't have it in place because maybe we don't understand it all that well. But reach out to someone who can help you understand. You can always schedule an appointment with me, and we can go through that. We can walk through it and just kind of find you what you need. So that's a part of just doing your financial checkup. So these are things we need to think about, things that we don't want to talk about. And I'm just sharing a little bit of knowledge with you guys because I just recently went through my financial checkup, and there are some things I need to continue to work on. There's some things that I was lacking that I need to reassess how I do things, how I manage certain things. So I'm just sharing the tips that have helped me, so that it may possibly help you. It may not help you. I don't know. If you have any tips that you can share with us, with the group, please put it in the comments. Let us know, because we're all here to help each other. The last thing I do have is do you have debt? Like, this could have been a really good time for when you save money on eating out and all those other things. You could have been putting more towards your debt. Have you been doing that? And if you haven't, do you even have a plan to get yourself out of debt? Do you have a plan? That those are things that I believe that we all should be looking at when we're doing a financial checkup. So the question, you got to continually ask yourself is, am I financially healthy? And if I'm not, what am I going to do about it? Right? Just what are you going to do about it? And you just have to do that, because that's something. Financially healthy is just as good as being physically healthy, emotionally healthy, mentally healthy, spiritually healthy. All of that works together. And although we don't feel like it does from time to time, it truly does work together in a cohesive unit. So we got to get all these areas in our lives straight. We have to do our checkups. So I'm going to give you those questions again that you should be asking yourself. Asking yourself these same questions. Are you living within your means? Do you have an emergency fund? Do you have at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses should you lose your job, should something happen? Do you have protection for you and your family? Or do you have debt, and what are your plans to get out of debt? Like I've been saying throughout this whole time, I could help you devise your plan to get to where you want to be, to get your financials in order. We could just talk 101. You can schedule an appointment with me at www.chatwithjovita.info. And we can do that. We can definitely do that. We can just sit down, have a conversation, and we can work towards devising that plan to get you what you need, or at least get you on track, let you have a plan in place. For those of you who don't have a plan, I specialize in budgeting. Budgeting is my specialty, and we all can find the money to do exactly what it is that we want to do, as long as we manage and budget our finances appropriately. So again, I thank you guys for joining me tonight on Wind Down Wednesdays. I hope that, the tips that I have shared with you guys has been helpful. If you know of anyone who could benefit from anything that I said tonight, please, please, please like and share this video with them. You can even send them the www.chatwithjovita.info information. You can also go to my website at www.jovitandmiller.com. And I thank you guys, and I will see you next week for Wind Down Wednesdays with Jovita. Bye.